thank you first of all for making your time to come to Kathmandu for this year's Brands and Beyond.
Pleasure.
And we are really honored to have you here this time. Welcome again to Brand Gup's special episode 7 Questions to a Marketer. In this series, we try to unleash insights from marketers and brand builders like you. So basically, we'll try to ask you 7 questions, and you'll have a time like 2 minutes to answer each questions. So with your permission, I want to continue.
Sure.
So my first question for you is, what makes a brand timeless?
There is no brand that is timeless, and no brand will be timeless. People move, consumers move, needs move, markets move. Yeah, some brands live far longer than the other brands. Just for an example, a brand called Lux, which is so big in this part of the world, is dead in US. Okay, it does not exist. So that same strategy of beauty bar for film stars does not work in US now at all. Okay, so it is very difficult to say that a brand would be timeless. People move, brands move, markets move, companies move. So there is always something new will come and something old will go out.
Relevance is the term, right?
Yeah.
Brand has to stay relevant to the consumers, to the stakeholders. So how can they stay relevant in times like this? A lot of short form videos are coming to front. Do you think long format video still matters?
Yeah, it does matter. In fact, I believe short format videos don't matter.
Okay, how's
They
that?
don't do anything. Short format video is a lot of noise made by the platform owners because it works for them. And so they are very happy putting it out that people are watching short form videos. Long form or short form, there is only one thing that a brand marketer has to do. Keep the brand in memory so that next time you're looking at buying, you consider the brand and buy the brand. That is the simple answer to relevance. Now, if you are a brand that has stopped being relevant to me, next time I'm in the buying cycle, I'm not going to look at you.
Okay.
Now, some buying cycles are quick. So if you're looking at buying something for personal consumption, that's quick. But suppose you're buying something like a car. You buy the next car the day you buy your car today. And that is how long you keep thinking of saying, my next car is going to be that. And so whatever amount, so if the marketers understand this, they would be able to play this relevance game that much better.
Let's talk about the consumer behavior shift. And what's the biggest shift you have realized in this decade?
Too many choices. Okay. And I don't trust brands.
So do you want to elaborate a little bit on this?
So one, too many choices. So earlier, I used to joke that in India, you could buy any car till it was Ambassador, any color till it was white. You could fly any airlines till it was Indian Airlines. You could buy any scooter till it was Bajaj. But now, the scooter market in India is dead.
Okay.
The market is now all motorbikes. That much huge shift that has happened. At one point of time, India had Alto being the number one car. Now it is Wagoner the number one car. Alto has almost stopped being the number one car. Things move and people keep moving from there. And because there is too much of choice, consumers are evaluating everything that much more deeply. And therefore figuring it out that should I base my decision only on what you have told me or also base my decision on what others tell about you. And because what others tell about you is now very widely available, the trust has become that much more difficult for brands to generate.
Maximizing returns is has been always challenging for brand builders, I think. So how can brands maximize, maximize small budgets? There are lots of platforms. Platforms are really fragmented right now. So how can they, maximize small budgets across all these platforms? And today's, consumers expect beyond a product quality.
See, I was saying in that panel also, there are no bad products today. Manufacturing has moved to a stage where you don't make bad products. It's made here, it made in any other country, the products are good. So that one part of it has been taken care of. I don't know about maximization. I believe it is optimization. Because however big a brand you may be, monies are finite. Money is not an unlimited resource. So nobody can go into the market saying, I have lots of money and I can keep spending and keep spending and keep spending and keep spending. It runs out. So you have to optimize what you are doing. Now, the only way of optimizing is the age-old theory. How many people I am reaching and how many times are they watching me?
Let's talk about consumers again. So how can today's marketers genuinely listen to their consumers?
Like the way it has always been done. Go to them and listen to them.
Because
and step out of homes, step out of computers, step out of social media. That is okay. I'm not saying that is wrong, but there is far more to consumers and markets and brands and life then 3 or 4 social media platforms.
Whenever we talk about branding and marketing, its measurement has been like truly difficult. How to measure a brand's equity beyond its sales?
No, I don't agree that measuring brand equity is difficult. There is a mathematical formula. There is a financial mathematical formula for brand equity that is available, which you can apply and use if you want to. But you're not bound to only apply that formula and say, okay, this is the value of my equity. When we say brand equity, it's a mixture of how many people love you, how many people will consider buying you in the next buying cycle that they are looking at, how many people will talk about you, how many people will recommend you. All of this is measurable.
Okay.
Each and every factor is measurable, trackable, buildable.
If brands in Nepal want to track their brand's equity, what things they have to consider and what is the process they should follow?
Set up a measurement process, set up a panel, meet consumers. There are multiple ways of doing this. It's not very complicated. It's not something that can't be done. People do, and it can be done.
Which is your favorite campaign till the date, and why is it's so favorite to you?
I don't want to go too much back in history because there are too many things that I can talk of.
Of course.
But
Something that
and it's not from BITM, so I can even put that aside and say, okay, let's not talk of BITM because that will become a bit of a push for BITM. I used to work for an agency called Publicis, and we were working on a brand called Maggi.
Okay.
Now, Maggi, all through its lifespan, has been yellow sari, mummy and bacha, mummy bhook lagi, 2 minutes, and that was the brand. Okay. So, as they defined it, it's a contract of hunger between child and mother. We dug through all kinds of data that was available to tell that Maggi actually is an adult product.
Okay.
It is not a child product. So while children love it, and it's not that children don't love it, but the adults have far many more interesting stories to tell about what happened when they climbed the hill and they had nothing to eat, what happened when there was power outrage and they had nothing to eat, what happened when the hostel food sucked and they had nothing to eat, what happened when I had to propose to my girlfriend and the only thing I could make was Maggi, and that led to birth of a campaign called Me or Meri Maggi.
Okay.
And which was consumer stories told by consumers. We even put faces of consumers on the pack of Maggi. It completely changed the brand from mummy, yellow sari and bacha to stories.
Nice. What do you think is the biggest myth about traditional advertising? Do you think should brand still invest in print medium and outdoor medium? So how do you see this?
So I have little clue of Nepal and little clue of Nepal's media market. But I can tell you this with certainty: in India, print works, television works better than social media, search, DB360, whatever. Simple example: when WhatsApp wants to tell the world that I'm safe and secure and I'm not reading your messages, it does a TV film, it does a brand outdoors, it does print ads. Okay. It does not do that on WhatsApp. Every WhatsApp user is reachable. They know they can drop a message saying safe, secure. And in India, WhatsApp has a penetration of almost 100%. So you don't compete with another app or anything like that. But when they want to tell the world that we are safe, secure, and we're not reading your messages, it's a mainline campaign.
So how do you see about out of home advertising?
Superb stuff. And great stuff to do if you can play the creatives correctly. Outdoor requires very specific thinking. And if you get the thinking correct, outdoors will talk. One of the most easily available outdoor to you is the shop signboard that the brand puts up.
Yes.
It never thinks of it like a brand piece. It just puts the name and moves on. Think of it like a sign piece. Now you keep saying short format, short content, short duration. That's short format of outdoor advertising.
It was really nice talking to you. And once again, thank you so much for making the time to come to Kathmandu this time.
Pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.